I mean, she says she did this herself, but obviously somebody's filming her do this. If you don't confront your internalized racial pain, it can give you some sort of illness, and her ancestors don't confront the pain that you live with. It'll manifest as addiction, diseases, and hate. So I'm not going to be caught giving her the benefit of the doubt anymore. I'm going to say that Amandla Stenberg thinks that if you're sad from things that you aren't affected by as a very rich, half-white Disney actress, that it's going to manifest yourself with diseases. This is some very, it's strange. It's very progressive, pharmaceutical. It's against the pharmaceutical industry, which I think that our sponsors would be pretty disappointed to hear, that this is not something that you could just cure with a few pills, but this is more holistic issue that she's dealing with internalized racism. But the mean comments online about Star Wars aren't because she's black for the most part. They are because she sucks. And the show, as we've described, is stupid. And you can't help but think that after thing after show after movie after ruined Snow White or ruined Star Wars or ruined whatever, that Kathleen Kennedy is so dead set on destroying everything that Disney is, that she's not going to stop. And it's come to this point where the Stenberg girl, the Headland girl who writes the show, they're not just going into this thinking, let's make a great show out of this, let's make a great product. What they're saying is these people who are fans of this are such pieces of garbage. They're really human waste. And we need to change everything they love so that they know that they're terrible. That's what they're doing. I mean, these women come out and they say that the Star Wars fans are bad people. Kathleen Kennedy comes out and says that everybody who's involved with Star Wars, it's a woman, gets abused by male fans. Of course, we won't remember like Princess Leia, who everybody loved, and Queen Amidala, Natalie Portman, who everybody loved. We can't talk about them. Or Rey, the other girl that everybody has loved, even if they don't like the story, which most people don't like the story. They go into a show like this and they say, we're gonna put a chick in it and make it lame and gay, because that's what these scumbags deserve. These scumbags, these Star Wars fans, these Disney fans, the little girls who think that they can just enjoy a show, and the little boys who think that they can just wield a lightsaber at home, they're actually cancers on the planet, and we need to teach them a lesson by tanking our own company. Because you know what? When this happens and they come out and say the right things, they say the pro-pride things and the pro-race things, which is, of course, a very weird world to live in, they get promoted anyway. So even as Disney inevitably fails, and Bob Iger fails, and Kathleen Kennedy fails, as long as they say the lines, Bart say the line, I didn't do it, they will be failed upwards. But if we want to give them the benefit of the doubt, we can look at Star Wars movies that are upcoming. And the next Star Wars movie that is upcoming will be put a chick in it, making lame and gay. And just like the way they made, women the all-powerful beings that create life without a man in the Acolyte, the next Star Wars is going to be, a female Jedi is actually the best, not Luke Skywalker, not Anakin Skywalker. And I want to show you, this is, we're giving the benefit of the doubt here. This is the new Star Wars director. Her name is Sharmeen Obaid-Chinoy. And I don't want to hear anything about the stereotypes involved with this, but she's a Canadian-Pakistani journalist, filmmaker, and political activist known for her work in films that highlight gender inequality against women. That's not me. That's Wikipedia, which is by no means centrist, right-wing, far-right. This is a left-wing activist company describing the new Star Wars director as a gender inequality activist. Let's get her to direct Star Wars. That's what somebody said. That's what Kathleen Kennedy said. She's slated to direct the next Star Wars film, due to release in 2026, which will feature Daisy Ridley. She's a Muslim lady. Her mother is Saba Obaid, who's a social worker. Her father's a businessman. Got to go to the Karachi Grammar School. She was a fellow. But when I think Star Wars fans, and I'm thinking who Star Wars fans would want directing things, if they didn't say a Pakistani-Canadian gender activist, I would be extremely shocked. We all know that George Lucas was a big gender activist and possibly born in Indonesia. We know that J.J. Abrams was hell-bent on fighting the patriarchy. All these people that Star Wars wanted all along, what made the franchise great was the gender activism and the rainbow activism. That's all I'm saying. So we will continue to give Star Wars the benefit of the doubt. And maybe we should just, all let's start a Kickstarter for Star Wars. Even though they don't need the money, let's start a Kickstarter that says, give money to Star Wars for their next series, their next movie, because we know it will be right down the middle of the road, just action, just, good versus evil, and no gender stuff. No, there won't be 6 lesbian Jedi. There won't be some racialized witches who conceive life through the manipulation of the Force and can't understand why nobody likes that. Let's just pay for Daisy Ridley's music video that's going to happen. And let's just pay for the overall trauma and the psychiatry that the actresses will need after the hate that comes for them. Let's just go ahead and pay for that.
Turn it up, Jordan.